Hey everybody. Hey Susan, how's it going? Welcome.
Hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome.
I'm doing well once again. Very, very late slash early morning for you. Thanks for staying up with us. And we're like in the weird
Yes.
in between space here in the US where it's that couple days in between DevConnect ending and then we got a Thanksgiving holiday here. So it's like kind of this weird um, like purgatory. But we're gonna have a couple of our colleagues on, Gwen and Le Chief, to tell us what went down in Argentina and to get kind of caught up because you weren't able to make it over there this time, were you, Souza?
No, I wasn't. Were you able to?
No, no, no. Stayed
Ah.
at home. I've spent a lot of time in Argentina, weirdly, in the last couple of years, so I sat this one out.
Oh,
But definitely, had some FOMO. It seemed like I heard like a lot of the MetaMask events and things that were happening around town. There were a lot of like really cool experiences, and seemed to be highlighted more than a lot of other stuff that was going on. And of course, Declan and our team were all over town doing some really cool speaking events. So I was kind of regretting the decision to sit this one out.
I mean, who wants to say no to Argentina? That was silly of us.
Yeah,
Argentina,
next time.
next time.
So much
It's all.
beef, so much good beef. Cool. Well, we'll get into DevConnect more in just a couple of minutes. We do have a few updates to go through. Joe, if you want to bring up the Linea Hub, let's see what's going on at the Linea Hub. One of the main things that we wanted to touch on today is the Linea Exponent program, which is still going on, but there have been a couple of updates and just some things to clarify. And so I just want to point this out because there's been a lot of questions about the program, and I've updated the blog at our paragraph. So if you go over to the blog, which of course you can also access from the hub, it's right here under about.
Resources.
Where is it? Resources. Sorry, right there.
I got you.
That's how you find it. If you don't have it bookmarked, um, and so there's a whole new frequently asked questions section down at the bottom of this blog post that will answer a lot of your questions, and definitely wanted to point out a couple of things. One of the main questions we've been getting, which is not too surprising, is just some details on the prize pool. As we've been talking about from the very beginning, it's a $250,000, that's in US dollars, prize pool. If you're wondering how that breakdown works, there's two categories. And a top three prize for both like existing apps, in other words, things that were already active before Exponent started, and then new apps that have come into existence or launched since the program started. So top three, 50,000, 30,000, $20,000 prize in both of those categories. So top three existing apps and top three new apps. And again, this is all on the blog. And also one other thing to clarify, a quick reminder for everyone out there looking to support your favorite Linea developers and dApps and projects, and that's to please consider verifying your humanness via SomSub. This is the only way that all your activity on Linea will count as part of Linea Exponent. And that, again, is how we're rewarding Linea apps for the activity that they generate on the network. So to protect against Sybils, we're using SomSub human verification. This is the new version of Proof of Humanity. And to do that, you can go through the very quick process of using the connect button. It's on the hub. I'm already connected, so it's not popping up, but there normally would be a connect button right here. So that's how you connect and go through that process, and your local developers will thank you. What's going on
True.
with
We
art
also,
with Lamina One, Susie?
yes. Ah, Lamina One. So Lamina One, Artifact, as you know, bullish on Artifact. They released the first look at the game Artifact. I believe it was last week or the week before. So yes, introducing the Artifact experience. Have you gone in and selected an artifact yet, Eric?
I know
Have
I
you done it?
minted my thumb drive,
Yeah. So you have to
and
like
that
choose an
cost me.
artifact, and that will like put you in a potentially future like house of like you're in like a clan now, but you don't know what your clan's about. So you have to like discover what it is. Anyways, that came out. Um, they should be on target to release like chapter 2 coming this week, I believe. Um, and that will be just the next chapter. They had a few bugs happening with the RPGs, I believe, which if you have been RPUs, sorry, if you've been playing it, you can like use RPUs and whatever, turn those into resources or to like like decrypt your artifact. So they had some bugs there that they're going to be fixing, as well as opening up the map. Right now, you can only travel to one place, and soon you will be able to travel to a lot more places. So more coming from the Lamina One team, I believe, this week.
Awesome. Love it. And looking forward to with the holidays here in the US so that I've got a little bit more time to spend on that among other
It's like
things. Um,
it's honestly like 5 minutes of time. It's just like little bite size. The first one is. It's only 5 minutes, you know?
right on. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see where that goes.
I know.
Very cool.
So fun. And that's all.
Nice.
That's all I got for you for Artifact.
Very cool. Well, let's go ahead and dig into what we missed last week in Argentina, and we've got a couple of guests backstage. Joe, if you want to go ahead and bring them out, I think we've got there's Le Chief and Gwen
Hey guys.
back on the ground. And I don't think you're fully recovered, but you're getting there, right? Looking at Gwen,
We're trying.
Gwen's being
We're trying
super.
very hard.
Yeah. Yeah, the viral moments that were spread around Argentina were not always the best kind, from what I understand. Lots of our colleagues got the bug. So hope you're recovering quickly.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's always the same. I would say for every like super big conference like this. So DevConnect, from what I understood, was like 14,000 or like 15,000 attendees. So after like a few weeks, it's like yeah, everyone there. It's like it's always you always can get a bit tired. It's especially the voice because like you have to speak very loud in all those events. Like it's very noisy, it's very packed. So you have to speak loud if you want to make people understand you. Especially because I'm not a native English speaker, right? So I have to make sure like my pronunciation is correct. So yeah, like then the voice can get a bit, but there is some very good pills that you can take, like phone pills, or those kind of thing. I recommended it actually to a bunch of teams, and so now they're flying when they're going conference. They're flying with those pills as well. So it helps. It helps for sure.
It's nice because you can have the feedback from someone who did a lot of events, and myself, it was my first. So you can have a different perception of the view in both of us. It's nice.
And you did it the right way, doing Argentina first. There's no such thing as an early night in Argentina. They tend to go like all night long, so there's no time for sleep either.
Yeah, no, it was very, very interesting. Like everything you want to do there. Like I mean, if you want to grab dinner, it's like never before like 8 p.m. It's like never. You can't find any restaurants like open before 8. So like everything tend to finish at like midnight minimum. I guess like most of us like got like a very little sleep during the week.
Well, I'm glad you're back and probably gonna have time to catch up soon. So what were some of the main industry trends that you guys saw while you were there on the ground? Maybe starting with Le Chief, Simon.
Yeah, good question. Good question. I think the most easy one topic was the stablecoin and the payment process. There is, of course, a lot of inflation the last few years in Argentina. When I arrived personally, I didn't know 1 euro was 1,600 pesos. So you have the context when you arrive in Buenos Aires, and then a lot of application was developed there. A lot of people was paying with a MetaMask card also. The narrative was mostly the stablecoin the payment application, and of course the privacy, which gained a lot of attention the last few weeks and few months from the chat control at the beginning in Europe, when the European country want to spy you, let's say. But yeah, in general, it grows the attention around privacy. Vitalik speak about it on the main stage the first day on the conference. So yeah.
So what does that mean when you say like, sorry, I think I missed it. You said they want to spy on you. Like, what are you guys talking about? Isn't the government always spying on us? Didn't we already figure that out? What does that mean?
Yeah, basically, chat control is a law proposition that come back each year on the Parliament, on the European Parliament, and each year it got closer to be accepted, and it's basically to know all the transactions you are making, all the private information you have for your personal life, and so basically, yeah, there is a big transparency with the state, but maybe too much transparency with them, and you have no anonymity. I mean,
That makes sense.
Yeah, like the point is like they want to force like software companies like like Telegram, Signal, or even like all those private software to give them access to like kind of like a viewing key, like or like some kind of backdoor in the way. And this because like Europe have a very good framework with like GDPR and like with a lot of other like framework to respect like people privacy. You also have like internet neutrality there. You have a lot of things that are today are really good. But the problem is like, yeah, like if those kind of things start to pass, then it will shift. It will shift. So that's why people are a bit concerned, I guess. But privacy was a huge topic, I would say, during DevConnect this year. So the Ethereum Foundation was introducing Kohaku, which is basically like they did a wallet, but I guess like it's the more important part is mostly the SDK, which basically native allows wallet like us, like MetaMask or like other wallet to integrate natively privacy pools. And so privacy pools is quite interesting. Like basically you will have your classic account in your wallet, but you will have a private account. And so you can transfer some fund to this private account, and then whatever you do within the private account, so like between private accounts, is private, completely private. So they're using like different like privacy pool implementation, and so they're trying to implement a lot. And you could feel it was a big topic because yeah, there was some small meetup with like all Ethereum Foundation people, ZK researcher. And there were some institutional partners. Some of them are partner of Linea. I won't mention them publicly because I don't know if they want to be mentioned. But like we have very big partner, institutional partners at those meetup because they were interested in the way like how they can implement privacy for institution. Because I guess one of the key pain point of institution today to use blockchain is they want to have some kind of privacy layers. Of course, if you're a client of JP Morgan or like a big bank and you want to, I don't know, like buy $1 billion in shares, you probably don't want people to know that you're buying $1 billion of shares like right now, because otherwise it will move the market or like do a lot of things. So yeah, like so they're very interested to see like privacy solution, and so yeah, they were here on the ground listening to those like crazy ZK researcher people about like, yeah, how can we implement this in the wallet?
So this is something that the developers are also like pretty excited about, and you were hearing them talk about it just like in like kind of casual conversations, because I know like Kohaku and Vitalik's talk and the Ethereum Foundation, they were really like wanting to push privacy as a narrative, and I always wonder like how much is that spilling over into just like the personal conversations that developers are having?
Yeah, no, of course. Like it was like, I think because there was the hackathon at the end of the weekend, a lot of people work on some privacy solution after this. So yeah, Nico and Vitalik presented the wallet during the week. And I guess, I mean, one of the first thing I did was like installing the SDK like on like local host to try a bit like how it works, and like if we can contribute. I guess a lot of developers in this ecosystem comes from like a privacy savvy background. Because when you discovered, like if you had discovered Bitcoin like 10 years ago, it's probably because you were like in those kind of like small forum or like those kind of like weird websites, like where you were like, there was this kind of layer of privacy that you will need to like survive in this environment. And so, yeah, I guess like everyone is pretty excited to build stuff on it. I'm personally using privacy solution for a while, and it would be very, very good to see that embedded natively in all wallets for sure.
I met with a lot of founders, a lot of builders, a lot of developers in DevConnect. Maybe 40% of them was building a solution for the privacy tool. So yeah, it was the main topic aside the stablecoin. But yeah, it was hot this year, the privacy.
Why do you guys think that is? Like, why are we talking about privacy now versus like last year? Why are we talking about this now? Hasn't it always been kind of an issue?
I would say the trend with the chat control, but also Zcash, the pump of Zcash and the narrative around Zcash, it counts for driving all the ecosystem of the privacy. And I will say also the maturity of the ZK technology. We arrive in a moment where we are keep doing the research about it. We are keep pushing the limit of the zero knowledge technology, but we are arriving at a moment where we can onboard the people. We can onboard hundreds of millions of people with what we already have in terms of maturity of the zero knowledge technology. So it helps for the scaling, for the privacy, for all this topic around on this narrative.
And what were some other narratives or trends that you were hearing developers talk about? You mentioned stable coins. Is that one of the big topics at DevConnect as well?
Yeah, stablecoin. Firstly, because stablecoin is the business in crypto that makes the most of the money. Above the perps, above the fees on the meme coin, etc., it's a stablecoin. The stablecoin is interesting for all the institutional who want to use the sleeping money on their client to purchase some T-bonds and to make yield on it and to make even more revenue. At the moment, there is, I don't know if you see it, Gwen, but I see many institutional people who was interested about the tokenization, which is related to the privacy, like you say, and the stablecoin. And so we are not in an area where we are trying to find use case. We are in an area where we are building use case for the institutional. So it's a shift on the paradigm. Like I was not there on the last conference of DevConnect or DevCon, but for me it was visible as fuck, if I can say. The institutional with the stablecoin and privacy.
Do you think people are like switching to stablecoins because it's like our bags are shrinking so hard, like literally every market is down? And everyone's like, I'm sick of riding the ride. I want to get off this ride. I want to get off this roller coaster. Just like get me on stable coins, get me on stable ground. Like, are people feeling that, or is it more just like I need to stack rewards and I'm an institution, and if I can make 1% more money off my huge bag, then like I'll make millions of dollars? Is it like felt at institutional level and a personal level, or is it just that institutional level?
On both, I would say, because on one side, yeah, as you say, even if you have some percentage of yield for thousands of millions of dollars, it can make a huge difference and a lot of revenue. But on the personal side, you also have all the Argentinian people who was using a lot the stablecoin. So basically, what they were doing, they receive the salary, they spend the pesos to purchase food, for the electricity, etc., and then they convert to the stablecoin because with the inflation, they can keep more. So you have the two situations: the institution who can make money and want to make money with this, and the people who are doing this to live and to have a better life on their country.
Okay, so we've got stable coins. We've got oh, Gwen, you have something to add on stables?
Yeah. On stablecoin, I think it's true that there is a lot of like use cases like on the ground here in Argentina for stablecoins, because like we checked actually like a few days ago the actual inflation on the money is like a 10x in 5 years, which is properly like it's really crazy.
That's
like it's
insane.
Yeah, so you can feel it in the price. To be honest, like I was expecting Argentina to be like really cheaper compared to what it is today. Like I got like it's the same price as Paris from what I see here.
Wow.
What?
So yeah, like stablecoins are really important for people on the day-to-day life because it's the only way for them to swap to US dollar and to be able to use it and to not lose too much to the inflation.
Are you seeing then also people like our businesses now accepting stable coins as payments? Like you walk in the store and buy something, they accept crypto stable coins?
So basically, from what I see, it was more blockchain as an infrastructure than converting directly the stablecoin in pesos, etc. So basically, the business owner don't even know you are paying in stablecoin. That's the
true.
magic of the infrastructure. But even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there is some Argentinian people who was talking on the stage who was saying, it was difficult to even find dollar on the country to convert the pesos to the dollar. And the stablecoin help with this because it's a global market, everyone can have access, etc. So there is many real use case around this.
Okay, so we have
Like, so we've
stable
got-
coins. I was going to do a recap. Stable coins, and we've got security. What else? Are those the main ones?
Privacy, stablecoins, I would say the yield you can make, whatever it's on the stablecoin or on Ethereum. Arthur did a very nice panel around the native yield on the Lido event. We are, my personal opinion is like we are in an area where every asset that can generate yield will generate yield, whatever if you are letting on your wallet or not. So we are maximizing each revenue we can make, whatever is with stablecoin, with Ethereum, with other crypto.
And why is that? Just like out of competition between different protocols, or why the emphasis on yield, do you think?
I would say it's to generate revenue and to generate revenue and make sustainable the ecosystem, the application in general. Because it's something that you can use or you cannot use your Ethereum, but if you don't use it, someone else will use it for you.
Right.
And nothing else will happen between your Ethereum and yourself.
So was there less focus on AI this time around? Because that's something that's been like kind of a meta in the last year or two that we seem to hear a lot about at every conference. Was that still the case or less so?
When I don't know if you want to speak about it, personally is just on my side, it was not as pushed as the privacy and the stablecoin. I still see some of them, but we are not in a big momentum or a big shift, in my opinion. There is some news on the architecture. I see it, but I didn't follow it. Maybe when they did.
Yeah, no, I think people was mostly like focused this time. I mean, they were focused on AI as well because there is this X402 infrastructure, like this kind of entire framework that allows basically AI agent to like also, I mean, it allows you as well. You can do it as a user, but it's really useful for AI agents to like pay directly when they want to access the resources. So people were building like use cases with X402. There was even like I saw some use cases with like you can have like the number of everyone in crypto on the website. Like the number is not shown, and if you want to pay someone, you have to like pay like with X402, and you can call the person. The person like see how much like they're making money if they accept your call, and then you can just pick up the call and speak with them. So there was some use cases of AI agent as well, like doing autonomous like research and everything. But it was mostly focused around X402 implementation, I would say. But like yeah, this time it was really like like stablecoin and privacy, I would say, because it's what like I think it's what drives the most money. Like compared to like for example DevConnect in Istanbul and then to DevCon last year, it was really different in terms of focus. I remember like in Istanbul was really like the beginning of ZK. Like everyone was speaking about like, hey, like we're doing ZK and everything. And like this year was really like implementation side, right? So I guess the AI agent hype like kind of like fade a tiny bit. So yeah.
Susie, your dog is alive in the background, right? Just want to make sure that's not a dead dog. That's how your dog sleeps? Okay.
I just so distracting. There he is. Sorry, so
It is late.
distracting.
It is late.
He's very secured himself. Okay, I have a question. So I feel like every year I go to crypto conferences, every year, what am I saying? Every quarter I go to a crypto conference. I'm always surprised when there's someone who's like a big sponsor who I've never heard of before. And maybe it's
Right.
just because I live in my linear echo chamber. Um, but like who's hot now that you're like surprised that they feel like they have a huge presence and you're like, wow, I didn't know this company had any money and they're like sponsoring this bajillion-dollar thing. Like who surprised you as like a hot up and coming crypto company in this economy? Am I right?
Go on, Gwen, because I think you have
Yeah.
a
I have,
better
I have a
vision on
few
this.
ideas. I mean, I was not surprised to see them, but I was really like impressed by the size. The Aave team was in full force this week, like really.
Ooh.
The Aave Labs, they are around 100 employees now, and like they launched this Aave app. I don't know if you saw it. If you have an iPhone, you should try. So they launched an
Oh.
app which basically like allows you to use like Aave, but you have like $1 million insurance. Like for personal fund for users, you have like a 6% like fixed rate plus like some bonus rate. So it's like a kind of like a high yield like saving account that you can have in the US, but it's really directly on the app. It's on chain, like the fund are on chain on Aave. So it was really impressed. Like they had like super huge booths like at the DevConnect. Because usually like DevConnect for people who went to Istanbul, so like 2 years ago now, it was just a co-work space. But this time it looked like more DevCon, like in Bangkok we had last year, because there was a lot of booths, there was a lot of things that were really focused around like adoption and like having people try stuff and see them. So not like surprise sponsor, but yeah, like the scale of Aave this year was massive in my opinion. And I was also like I mean WalletCon also did like a super big event, but they often do events. But you always have like the super big sponsors. But yeah, Aave usually
Yeah.
like didn't sponsor, I guess, like booths in quite a while. They used to do it a lot in 2023. They were East Global, especially when they were launching Lens. But it's been a while I've been seeing them like in full force at a booth. They had like 20 plus employees at the booth. So it was massive. Yeah, it was really massive.
Okay, Ave. We see you. Maybe I should do
Yeah.
a tutorial on the app. That's a good one.
Yeah.
They had a very big stand on the DeFi area on the DevConnect. They also had a very nice side event on their own local and the rave, of course. So yeah, they was present all the weeks, and they was the MVP. I think.
I've heard that
I'm
from a lot of people.
Glad to hear it's like a trusted partner and a name
Yeah.
that I trust. I always think back to like 2022 East Denver. There was Harmony was everywhere, and then like within a year, Harmony was gone.
Oh yeah, I lost some money on this one. This one I could not avoid the bullet. I probably, I mean, not a lot, but probably have still $1,000, which is like a debate that like
That's a
90%
lot.
or something like that. So yeah, it's like I mean, it's part of the game, you know, when you're playing with DeFi all the time. But yeah, like definitely like this chain, I avoid Terra Luna at like 12 hours, but this one I could not avoid it. So
well, I think we're moving towards wrapping up here, but maybe I just want to give both of you the chance. Like, what was like your favorite moment, favorite event? Like, give us your top highlight from the week.
yeah, if you unless you want to start, Simon, but yeah, like I guess we did one dinner with a few like people. I randomly like went to like a dinner like because I met some friends and everything, and I was like, yeah, I know this person, like we probably organize something really cool, and so we did like a seated dinner with Amber Group, and Ethereum Foundation, Base, and a lot of like other like DeFi project and chains. And so it was really cool because we had like this big table and we were like able to speak about like what we're doing, like how it's evolving, the entire ecosystem and everything. And was the day that the rain, we had only one day of rain, but like was super huge rain. So, you know, like most of this event and seated dinner, like people, they plan to go for like an hour and a half, and then they bounce to the next one. It was just before Rave, basically. And so actually, because there was a rain, everyone was stuck and was forced to wait and forced to speak with everyone. So it was really great because we could have like a 3 hour seated dinner. So we could really like bond with people and chat. So that's probably like like the best event. Of course, I love the rave. So after I went to the Rave event and it was really great as well. But like in terms of like quality of people I met, and also one event was with I guess was Karpaki organized like a DeFi event. The quality of speakers there was really, really amazing as well. You were meeting like only ultra high quality people there. Declan did a talk there. But yeah, like was Tomasz, was a lot of other people like Karpaki, like all the DeFi industry was basically there. And it was like 100, 140 people. So like, it was mostly like small scale event, in my opinion, who were like super top notch quality in terms of people.
Yeah, on my side, I would say first, I was very happy to meet most of the team. I mean, all the people from the Linea team in Buenos Aires. I was also very happy to meet some people who are very close to us, like Trantor from Etherex, Shama from eFrogs, and other people who are building on Linea. I would say, in general, it shifts my understanding of where we are at the moment in the crypto narrative. Is more about revenue now, is more about onboarding a lot of people rather than how we will do the stuff to make it happen. So we are at the moment where we are making it happen with all the institution and onboarding, etc. There is a lot of stuff happening behind the scene, which make me very bullish in Ethereum, but also in Linea. And I would say we are in good position for the midterm, long term in general, in how we imagine what Linea can do in terms of an ecosystem, but also in terms of a tokenomics and an economy, a flywheel economy. I think everything was aligned with the vision I have with Linear, and I see it in my when I was talking to people.
Nice. That's a pretty good mic drop right there, Lashif. I like it. And now I know where you get those Twitter threads from. Wait, Suza, you got anything else for these guys?
I do not. Boys, it's 1:40 in the morning here. And I'm jealous I didn't go to Argentina. I'm going to go to sleep
Yeah, the
thinking about
FOMO
that.
is only building after this conversation. Well, hey, thanks to both of you for joining us, especially Gwen, because you're still a little under the weather, and I hope you both rest up and recover very soon. And we will see both of you probably on a Zoom call very soon. Suza, head to bed. Make sure that dog
Thank
is
you.
breathing, and thanks to everybody for watching, and thanks to producer Joe for producing. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the
Happy
US
Thanksgiving.
or Canada, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.